weird.
Yeah.
Is that like Tommy's stuff from the last market?
Hey, come close. Do you have any pants?
I would suggest asking the matron. They tend to take pity on the less fortunate. He is the one in the bird mask.
He already has a whip.
Perfect.
Oh no! You'll find no pity.
Here you go, good sir.
I don't really like these pants, mate. These are cheap.
Well, here you go.
What were you fucking expecting, mate? You turned up here with no fucking trousers on.
I believe beggars cannot be choosers.
Right,
Give him some Darkette and gold pants. School has always got a pair on.
Calm down, mate. Calm down.
Here you go.
Really? Better pants? What's this, mate?
So you want to sit with
That'll
me?
keep your mind off of the bad pants.
What do I do with it, mate? Eat it?
Eat it, yeah. Chew on it or something.
Alright.
Ellis, what are your shoes?
What's this?
I recognise those bunions anyway.
Really? Alright. Holy shit. Why you give me these? I don't want to do anything weird.
I like your voice. I've never heard anybody with that accent.
Really? Alright. So it's for me voice.
It's certainly not your hairline.
I have to sit with you.
Alright, does anybody got a pair of pants? I got 602 gold
You're welcome to sit here.
and 460 silver.
Hugo, why don't you use it to buy a horse so you can
Protect
fuck
you
off?
from whoever this creep in the mask is.
Creep? What the? Do not see the man walking
Well,
around
You don't
sniffing
want to.
things.
If you don't want to be taken as a creep, maybe you shouldn't be so evasive about your identity.
Oh, I have good reason.
Sure you do, because you're a creep.
Oh.
Is that creep bothering you, Skula?
Not yet. I'll let you know if he does.
That's right, creep. Yeah.
There's a severe lack of footwear here. What the fuck is going on?
I am bored right now.
Definitely a pervert, but it's alright, pervert. You can tell me about your depravities.
I don't.
I have a very accepting disposition.
I don't think this is a conversation I'm ready to have in my life, and I think I should just go get on the boat.
Good thing, I like your bush costume.
You like my bush, do you? Aye! Where the fuck did it go? Aye! You cunt.
The land here is quite lush. The bushes will occasionally
Listen, only a
grow
handful of
quite
people have
quickly.
seen my bush. It's a privilege.
I wouldn't
I wanna
quite call it
see
a
more of that
privilege.
Don't you start.
Has everyone had a chance to eat and drink? Does those assembled wish to wait for her, or shall we begin? One second. So, it is customary to tell darker stories on times like this to honor Jabal Sog with the terrors that may lurk in the night. Do any among you wish to tell stories this night? Hopefully some of you will. That is good. Hopefully more will have a story soon as well. I have one in mind that I planned to tell, to help warm things up a little. One of you have already mentioned seeing a spectral horse. Winwa is a companion of mine. They are a water horse spirit, though there are many kinds of horse spirits in the world. This is a story of some of them. Long ago, there was a traveler who was a wealthy chief. He was a warrior in his young days. He had taken many scalps, many horses, and other trophies of value, and he had increased his possessions by hard dealings with the less fortunate, and by gambling with younger men who were no match for his cunning. His fellow tribesmen did not love him, although they did admire his bravery. For in times of hardship, when the other chiefs shared freely whatever they had, he drove hard bargains and generally prospered from the ills of others. His wives he had abused till their parents took them away. His children hated him, and he had no love for them. There was only one thing which he cared for, and that was his horses. They were fine horses, beautiful horses, for he kept only the best, and when a young warrior returned from a raid with a very nice horse, the traveler never rested until, by fair means or not, it had become his horse. At night when the dance drum was brought out, and the others gathered around, the traveler went alone to the place where his horses were placed, to gloat over his treasures. He loved them, but he loved only the ones that were young, the handsome, the healthy, the strong. Those that were old or sick or injured received only abuse from him. One morning, when he went to the little valley in which his horses were kept, he found in the herd an ugly white stallion. He was old, with crooked legs and a matted coat, thin and tired-looking. The traveler flew into a rage. He took his rawhide rope and caught the poor old horse. Then, with a club, he beat him unmercifully. When the animal fell to the ground stunned, the traveler broke his legs with the club and left him to die. He returned to his lodge, feeling not the slightest remorse for his cruelty. Later, deciding he might as well have the hide of the old horse, he returned to the place where he had left him. But to his surprise, the white stallion was gone. That night, as the traveler slept, he had a dream. The white stallion appeared to him, and slowly turned into a beautiful horse, shining white, with a long mane and tail, a horse more lovely than any the traveler had ever seen. Then the stallion spoke. "If you had treated me kindly," the stallion said, "I would have brought you more horses. You were cruel to me, so I shall take away the horses you have." When the traveler awoke, he found his horses were gone. All that day he walked and searched, but when at nightfall he fell asleep exhausted, he had found no trace of them. In his dreams the white stallion came again and said, "Do you wish to find your horses? They are north by a lake. You will sleep twice before you come to it." As soon as he had awakened in the morning, the traveler hastened northward, 2 days' journey, and when he came to the lake there were no horses. That night the ghost stallion came again. "Do you wish to find your horses?" he said. "They are east in some hills. There will be 2 sleeps before you come to the place." When the sun was gone down on the 3rd day, the traveler had searched the hills, but had found no horses. And so it went night after night. The stallion came to the traveler, directing him to some distant place, but never found his horses. He grew thin and footsore, much like the bald man over there. Sometimes he got a horse from somebody, from some friendly camp. Sometimes he stole one, in the night, but always before morning would come a loud drumming of hoofs. The ghost stallion and his band would gallop by, and the horse of the traveler would break its picket and go with them. And never again did he have a horse. Never again did he see his own lodge. And he wanders even to this day, the old men say, still searching for his lost horses. Sometimes they say, on windy autumn nights, such as this one, when the stars shine very clearly, sadly, unlike this night, and the coyote howls, above the wind you may hear a rush of running horses, and the stumbling footsteps of an old man. And if you are very unlucky, you may even see the stallion and his band, and the traveler still pursuing them, still trying to get back his beautiful horses. And that is the tale of the traveler and the ghost horses.
I like that.
Bravo.
Thank you. Would another like to tell the tale?
I have one. Shut up, you.
Please, stand and tell your story.
I shall. Spare me one moment, I've got on a wee piece of paper here. So long ago in the realm of Fianna, a sinister presence lurks, preying upon the souls of the innocent. This malevolent entity, known as Sarzareth, possesses a particular penchant for the haunting of the essence of virgins and the pure. With an insidious agenda, it seeks to torment and torment alone. It is imperative, dear listener, to exercise the utmost caution and vigilance, for the consequences of encountering such a fiendish being are dire. The corrupter, Sarzareth, driven by insatiable hunger, feeds on the purity of the untouched, leaving behind a trail of despair and desolation. Its methods of torment are manifold, ranging from the haunting dreams to inflicting physical and psychological anguish upon its victims. The plight of these unfortunate souls is one of perpetual torment, as the demon's grips on their very essence grow stronger with each passing day. It is a grim reality, one that fills the heart with trepidation and sorrow. Alas, there is no easy solution to this nightmarish predicament. The demon's power is formidable, its malevolence unyielding. The path to liberation from its clutches is fraught with peril and uncertainty. However, it is not entirely without hope. Seek the guidance of those well versed in the arts of healing, for they may hold the key to banishing this nefarious entity. But be warned, dear listener, for the road ahead is treacherous, and success is far from guaranteed. Sarzareth's grip on the souls of the virgins is tenacious, and its resolve unyielding. In the face of such darkness, one must steel themselves and proceed with the utmost caution. The battle against this insidious force may be arduous, but the preservation of innocence and liberation of tormented souls is a cause worthy of the most valiant efforts. May fortune favour the brave, and may the demon's reign of terror be brought to a swift and decisive end. Thank you for listening.
I like that one.
I've got one. Who's next?
You said you had one and you are already standing.
All right. This one's called Jebel's Day the 13th. It starts off with a group of young kids, right? And they're on their way to the lake. Right?
Oh, that's scary.
What? Let me finish. It gets scary. All right. They go to the lake, and they got little cabins there, right? And they're getting ready to, spend a weekend there. And what they don't know is that there's a masked killer loose on the campgrounds, right?
What is a
And
campground?
he has a mommy case too, I think. Anyways, he slowly kills the young children, well, they're like teenagers, really, one by one, until they're all dead. The end.
That's
Right. Well, basically, just young children getting killed. It's kind of scary.
Oh, wow. I was a teenager once.
Right. Well, that's when you know, middle-aged.
Are we all teenagers then?
Well,
What was the story called again?
Devil's Day the 13th.
What the...
It's an interesting story. I would like to know.
Right, well, it
the
happened
murder
on the
of Michael.
13th of Devil's Day. It was on Devil's Day.
I won't be going near the lake anymore.
Right. Stay away from the lake.
Lakes
Hugo,
are
you
known
tend-
to be quite dangerous, though
Hugo, you
not
tend to sleep
always for
next
those
to the lake.
reasons.
Who's next?
I can
I
go.
would.
Sorry, I can wait.
Go ahead.
The the tale I have to tell is one day tell in my homeland to children and young adults venturing on their own, especially at night. For you to perhaps better experience it, I would like you to close your eyes if you can and imagine what I am about to tell you. You are walking in the forest. You are alone. Everything seems peaceful. You are breathing the air. It smells like grass, leaves, bark, and moss. The forest is quiet around you, perhaps unusually quiet. Normally you would hear birds, rodents, and other unseen creatures in the forest, undisturbed by your presence, but not this night. This night, everything is quiet, as if the wildlife itself is hiding, as if something is in the woods with you. Then you hear it, somewhere ahead of you, behind you, all around you. You hear the desperate wailing of an infant, echoing, distorted, harrowing. Between the trees, coming from the fog, coming from right beneath your feet. The infant cries, it cries and cries, breathlessly howling and screaming in unimaginable pain and misery. But within the cries, you hear something else. Something perhaps even more unsettling. There are roars, snarls and guttural shrieks of other wildlife. Animals. They cry as one. Some kind of monstrosity you have never encountered before. Darkness lurks in on you, enclosing around you, and you turn because you know something is watching. The forest underbrush rustle and thumps as if something is approaching. The sound draws closer, louder, and you turn again because it's right behind you. But as you turn, you see nothing, nothing but dark shadows, and this is when you feel it. The weight on your back increasing slowly, weighing you down. The same way a rider slowly mounting his horsewood, arms, thin and cold and seemingly fragile, snake around your neck, grasping at your throat firmly to hang on. Your back chills as if you're lying on your back within a damp, cold crypt. You must walk. You know you must walk. The spirit that has latched itself onto you are known by many, and it will command you to walk. Carry it to hollow ground, where it can be laid to rest. It has no name. It has never known the love of a mother, the guidance of a father. It has never known warmth and fullness of a meal, the sound of laughter. All of these things are foreign, not familiar. So you walk. Each new heavy step is one step more draining than the last. With each step you take, the thin arms around your neck tighten their hold. You can hear breathing at the side of your head. The arms are strong, far stronger than you would think. They lock you in a chokehold and will suffocate you as you keep walking. The weight on your back keeps growing, making it harder to walk. You might buckle, collapse, and fall with the unimaginable burden you carry. But it will not let you. Instead, you look down on your feet. You will notice they sink deeper in the ground than they should. The earth itself is collapsing around you as you keep walking. You sink with every step deeper and deeper into the ground. If you do not get this spirit to hallowed ground soon, it will surely kill you. Ragefully and painfully it will end your life, snuff out your flame and replace it with cold fear. The same cold fear the spirit itself died with. For such is the spirit of an Utbud. It is the spirit of a child that has been left out to die, alone, unwanted, often a newborn, brought deep into the woods to freeze to death or be eaten by wildlife. It is a rageful, hateful, terrifying spirit and will lure its victims with the haunting wails of a child in distress. Do not approach it if you hear it. Run away if you can. If you cannot run, then find its remains and make sure that they are cleansed and buried and the child is laid to rest.
That is truly a terrifying and cautionary tale.
Thank you. That's what most people do.
It is a tradition among our people that unwanted or weak children are left out to die. They are not given a name, so they do not count as a human life yet. Would it be crueler yet, then, to keep the child when the family cannot support it? To have to pay the dowry of another female child? To make your family go hungry so that the entire family dies?
You will have to forgive. You would have to forgive Berge. He has grown up under different circumstances than most of us. Leaving a child out to die by starvation or cold or wildlife is not common practice amongst most people, though some do deem it necessary.
Can I get a piece of this cake?
As long as you do not break your teeth.
Right.
What kind of cake is it?
It's right here, mate.
It's not what I asked.
It looks like, I don't know, strawberries on it or something.
Yes, well,
Do you have a story, Skula?
as no one is terrifying you all, I shall do my best. You see, the wild Picts of the exiled lands, as other places, have long memories. They remember the last cataclysm when Dagon flooded the world, killing many people who I knew and held dear, and many of my enemies, too. It was a terrible time, but the Picts endure. Somehow, they cling to life in the wild places, and they tell stories. Stories that include an ancient and forgotten cove on the jungle coast. This secret cove, with its cave, a watery cave, it is home to the king of sharks. Mono is his name. He is a fierce predator. Mono has an appetite for human flesh, and he can disguise himself in the form of a man to trick his prey. Weary travelers who visit this cave at night are sometimes invited to join an old, wrinkled man tending to meat sizzling over a fire. As soon as the tired traveler becomes lethargic from their feast, the old man transforms into a massive shark. Mono kills the traveler and then leaves the body to rot in his waters for 3 weeks before he consumes the meat. It is said that Mono is one of the great children of Dagon, or perhaps he is the offspring of Jebel Sag and one of Dagon's female children. I know not, but if you're ever traveling and you come across an underwater cave, and you meet an old wrinkled man, you should probably run or swim for your life.
It seems the moral of these stories is to either be kind or to at least leave things alone.
I would tell a story next.
Every rose has its thorns.
I bring you the story of the hunter and the Mygo. It's a story that my mother would tell me. Long ago, in the Pictish lands, there was a small village. In this village there was a hunter. He was a hunter of immense skill, could hunt and kill any beast, any man. Through this he grew prideful. He had heard stories of a great snow beast by the name of Mygo. It stood taller than any tree, stronger than any ox or bull. In his foolishness, he traveled alone into the snow, deep into the heart of the lands of Samaria. He tracked the beast for days and nights, through the cold bite of winter. Finally, he had found the home of the beast, deep in an ice cave. As he entered, he could smell the rot of dead flesh and blood heavy in the air. He caught the beast sleeping. He made quick work of it. But upon his return, he found his village had been massacred and slaughtered by the Mygo. He had only killed its child. The beast had sought vengeance for this. So he set out to hunt once more. But this time, the beast was ready. He would take nothing else from the beast except a lesson. Be wary of your pride. It could cost you more than you think.
Another good story of
I liked
caution.
Very well.
Do any other storytellers remain? A cat is being eaten by a bird. If no others have a tale to tell, then I would like to gift to those who did tell stories today.
Oh, goody.
What is this?
Could Gilithane come forward? You will find your gift in
Who?
the large medium crate.
Who is that? Sorry.
Thank you.
I believe the one she called Guillotine.
Oh, sorry.
And did you bring anything you wished to have threaded by one of grandmother's children?
No, I do not.
Very well. Bald man who has pants now.
That's me.
Yes, it is you.
Behind you, both.
Who's talking?
Over there by the crates. By the dead
The
bird.
prophetess. Yes, by the dead bird.
Excuse me.
For you.
Colorful.
Oh. Alright. I don't know what this is.
Open it
Thank you,
and
then.
find out. You are
Alright.
welcome. The Northerner with her stories of children.
My name is Saga.
It is good to meet you, Saga.
I did not bring any items to have weaved.
Very well. Perhaps in the future, if you need any items weaved, we can speak.
Yes, thank you for the offer.
You are welcome. The same goes to you, Bald Man and Gilithane. Would you like to take your gifts?
Bald man.
In the
I thought I
crate?
already took them.
Yes, in the crate. Not you, Bald Man.
Where? Where's the stuff?
Oh, God.
Just don't give Hugo a horse.
And the one who was wearing the wolf's fur. What is your name?
Musquacky, but you may call me Fox.
Give me one moment. And you shall have yours as well. Here you go.
You go. Well. What's going on?
Not you.
Oh.
Thank you. Shaman.
Thank you each for coming and sharing your tales. They will make Jabosar quite happy.
I hope so.
Does anyone have a horse for sale?
No.
Not for you, Hugo.
I've got some stuff. Come on.
Hugo, what's happened to the last 3 horses that we've sold you?
I don't know. They died, probably.
What'd I miss?
Does anybody have a saddle for sale? Well, if I get a saddle, I can find a horse. They're always roaming around.
Well,
That's how I
Hugo,
find
how much gold do you have in exchange for a horse?
I have 602 gold, 460 silver, 76 thick hides, 53 bones, 47 blood, a stomach sack.
Sorry, I'm only interested in gold. How much gold do you have?
602. And I have some sausages on a stick.
I'm looking for 611.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, if you... I have 602 gold, but I also have 460 silver. So how many gold is that?
Nah, I'm alright, mate.
Well, probably not enough.
Well, the rumors said that Hugo was completely destitute. I guess you can't believe everything you hear.
Well,
I saw someone give him the gold.
Right.
Maybe he won't die after all.
Still, it looked promising.
You know, she begged me not to
Hugo, are
leave.
you still the head of brewing? What was it? Head of brewing for formerly New Amasa?
No, I was never the head of brewing.
He was never head of brewing.
Who's talking?
The
How do you
pervert
know?
up there on the phone
How
chimes.
did you know, masked man?
It's that creep in the trees.
I'm always in the shadows watching.
Alright. Well, creep in the trees. What really happened, or actually what my title was actually I forget.
Head of alcohol sales and distribution.
There you go.
I remember because you told it to me a million times.
Right.
Never sold a bottle. Oh, yes, he did.
How do you know these things, pervert man?
I know many things.
Pervert man.
I also know that she begged me not to leave, but she was already dead, and I was determined to get out of that coffin.
Can I get an eye on pervert man so I know to avoid him?
He just ran
Somebody
off into
point
the
him out
bushes.
for me.
He's run off that way.
The dark.
He's always in the shadows looking.
I really want to meet this guy.
He's the real scary story here.
Perhaps he is the killer in the Jabal Sog 13th story.
He sounded very knowledgeable about New Armisar and drinking, though.
I believe
Really,
we were all
he is.
drunkards.
He knows my whole story background, it seems.
Could he be one of the survivors who were set free in the prisoner swap?
Possibly.
Is it truly freedom, though?
Oh, well, that poor man must have been through a lot. I should probably stop calling him a pervert.
Who all
Maybe he
was
likes being degraded. I didn't hear him complaining.
Why did you call him pervert anyways? Let's hear that scary story.
Oh, just a suspicion, since he seems so intent on hiding who he is and his intentions
What the
in being
fuck
here.
are they putting in the fucking soil around here?
I have a scary topic we all should be talking about.
You should try
Yeah.
this.
It's rather relevant. This sense, I'd understand if this one had the position of What are our thoughts on our Dagon guest to the exit?
Well, they closed me by, so I'm pretty pissed.
Scale-coloured fish oil fucking bastards.
I think they're a bit fishy for
They
me.
took my staff.
They did what?
Scale-ridden, fucking
What
oily,
did you say,
slippery
Zuckerberg?
wee bastard.
They have the staff at the degenerate now. That's what I said.
How?
Oh, this is not good.
I traded it for spirit.
Well, he is the king.
You're kind of left with no choice after Dren exposed you for having it.
You gave them one of the most powerful items within all of these lands for one person.
Well,
Yes.
when they first suggested that we have the ability of affecting our crystals on our bracelets, then people was some of the people was a bit scared.
So you were scared to die, so you did what they wanted.
Anyone would be scared to die.
Who can blame
that?
You do realize this item can be used to one day enslave all of you with bracelets.
We're already enslaved.
I will let you all know that you're not bound to your bracelet any longer. I have the ability to free you. But I would not put a bargain for it. Your freedom should be yours by right. I can grant it. These Lemurians and their magic are limited to their toys. I have keys to take those toys away from you.
So you have keystones.
The bracelet is both a...
That I have at my disposal. There are many tools within secular lands that lay dormant, unused.
You speak the truth.
Oh yes, you.
As far as I see it,
I have a place for all of you that are of faith, priests, and witches. It is called the Distortion. And in this place, the veil between ours and the outer is thinner. There are 3 gates within the frost temple. It is only a one-way gate. It leads in. I believe the God is here. Right in this location. If you are to invoke your God, try it there.
I'm definitely gonna have to go there.
Humans were completely forbidden from this place when the Giant King ruled these lands. And remember, these lands were built to manifest humans into weapons. Humans, all of the gifts, from the masterwork weapons, tools, armors, all of it, was only limited to only the select few that were permitted by the Giant King. Here, you can freely walk, as kings. I invite all of you to turn yourselves back. There's no need to be bullied or cowed, especially by outsiders.
Is this another scary story?
This is reality, and it is scary than any story.
as far as I see it regarding the staff, Zapagar was its keeper and its fate was in his hands. We just need to accept it and move on.
It's true.
Can't blame.
What are we going to do going forward?
Hey, do.
There are several outposts that they have. Would we be invited to attack them?
The mobile.
Let's just ease off on the waging war talk. It's not
Trying to wake a
the
sleeping
purpose
bear.
of this so far.
Yes, tonight is a night for supernatural horrors and monsters, not the horror of your everyday existences here in this savage land.
Even though that is a horror in itself.
We're all angry, we all feel the same, but we need to be smart. We don't know who's listening and who's watching.
At least we can agree on that.
I have a question unrelated to all this. Something that might be more lighthearted. Why is that a house bear?
Oh, what?
Because he stays in the house.
Wait, what?
He does not stay in the house.
I said it's because he stays in the house.
No, right now he's staying outside. He's perfectly happy outside. Look at his
He
coat.
is not
Thick.
staying out here. He is visiting outside. He stays in the house.
He's not a house bear.
I'm glad I don't have to clean up that shit.
Poor
He is
bear.
a
I like
house
the
bear.
house bear.
The bear is very nice, but he is not a house bear.
Do you let the house bear
Perfectly
go
happy
outside?
sleeping in the snow.
You'll have to forgive Saga. She was dropped on her head as a child many times.
I think Berger have taken
Didn't
a
seem to
few
stop
hits
you.
too many on his head.
So what you're telling me is this bear is a house bear.
Correct.
Yes. You should keep Hugo
He
away
is
from us.
nearly the size of our house.
I have a question about
Exactly,
the house
which is
bear.
why he shouldn't be in it.
I have
He
a
is
question about the
comfortable
house
to lay
bear.
with.
Go on, Hugo.
Alright.
I mean, bear fur is very, very warm.
Let's
When he
hear it.
shits in the floor, what do you clean it up with? A shovel?
He goes outside to do such.
Ah, so he's a
Oh, you-
trained house bear, is he?
So he's potty trained.
Trained poorly.
He
What?
is trained to not shit in the house.
What do you yell at him when he has to go to the bathroom? You go potty? You go,
I
hey,
don't
potty?
yell anything at him. He just goes.
I had a Tamaska. He would pick up the poop, but he was very bad at it.
I haven't had enough to drink.
Do you know where a 1,200-pound bear sleeps?
In the house.
Anywhere he damn well wants.
Yep.
It's a good one, mate.
Just going to drink that.
Where does a 1,200-pound bear shit? Outside. No, outside.
Probably in the woods, mate. I hear bears shit in the woods.
So would a bear technically be house trained already? Oh.
Few
Yes.
animals.
Train your own shit.
And same with humans.
I
Does
want
he
the
have
house
a?
bear.
Does he have a house? Does he have a lady house bear
I need to go
Makes
tell
house
Jacob I
cups.
need a house bear.
on the